Hey guys, so today I wanted to share one of the biggest, issues, insecurities, problems that I faced when it came to starting my own business back in late 2019, early 2020. Because I remember really vividly going through like a month of absolute torture mentally during December 2019. It was during that Christmas, my birthday and New Year's that I had never felt more uncertain about my life. To the point where I was just super scared because I had just dropped out, solidifying my 25K in student loans, and I had no real skills, well, not really any like high ticket skills, I guess. And I just had no idea what I was gonna do. I knew that I wanted to build my own business, but fuck, that sounds like a monster of a task. I had no idea what my life would look like, but the only one thing that I knew was that as long as I don't give up, I will make it. But I just didn't know if I had what it takes to actually stick it through. Because I know if you continue for long enough and if you really work diligently enough at something, it's gonna work eventually, right? But what I was uncertain about was just, I was questioning whether I had what it took to last that long in the game. And as a result of that uncertainty, I became super fearful for my future. And in my head, I would just replay what would my parents think? What would my family think? What would my friends think? What's my financial future gonna be? Will I end up homeless? Yeah, I know, it's a fucking crazy thought. And will I ever hit it big? Or am I just making one of the worst decisions I've made up until this point in my life? But then, what happened after was really cool. Because once I found a bit of success, I had a couple clients, I still felt like a fraud. I still felt super uncertain about my future. Even though at the time, the reason why I felt like a fraud was because I was teaching people on YouTube of how to do this shit, right?
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
When I was not entirely sure myself. And yeah, I was transparent on my videos and I told everyone hey, I don't know really what I'm doing. But still, I felt like a fraud. As I had more sales engagements, as I had more clients, as I delivered better results, as I made more money, that uncertainty never really went away. And today I wanted to share with you the one word that helped me overcome and understand uncertainty. And it was actually through this one word that I was able to massively reduce my fear and anxiety for the future. Uncertainty never really goes away, spoilers, right? You might be wondering now, Boyuan, what the fuck is this word, right? Just tell us. It's been like 3 minutes into the video. So that one word is data. So what I mean by this is uncertainty only occurs due to a lack of data. So what does this mean? Well, we predict our future based on our past. So based on historical data points in our lives or others' accounts of the past. So for example, the way we predict that, the sun's gonna go up in tomorrow is because we saw the sun going up every single day for our lives up until this point. And also everyone else that we know, so other people's account, we heard also saw this. So it becomes like a truth, right? So we're very certain about this, that the sun is gonna come up tomorrow because we formulated our prediction on the future based on the past data points of us seeing it and also hearing about other people's experiences. But when you first start business, and especially if you come up from the bottom and you have zero data of zero successful entrepreneurs in your life, no friends, no family, nothing like that, you have zero data that would indicate that the outcome of you going into business for yourself will be possible and successful, right? So you feel uncertain because you have zero data. So naturally, what the next step for you to do is, if you really want it, because most people, when they feel this uncertainty, they just treat this uncertainty as if it's the reality, right?
No. Reality can be whatever I want.
Uncertainty is not the same as reality because most people, when they're faced with this uncertainty, would just say, it's never gonna work, it's not for me, blah, blah, and they just make a bunch of excuses and they quit straight away, right? They don't even try. But if you really want it bad enough, then what you'll probably do is you're gonna go out there and try to find others with a desired outcome that you want. And now you have data from another person's account of the past, right? So now what's most likely going to happen in your head is you're going to think, okay, well, it's possible because I see people are doing it. However, you still feel fucking uncertain for yourself because nothing beats first-hand experience. So for example, right, when I first jumped on sales calls last year and tried to sell clients my service and tried to close clients, whenever I told them, hey, this is what we could do, I always spoke from a very theoretical perspective because Because at the end of the day, I didn't know if my ads on Facebook that I ran for them was gonna yield them any returns. So the way I kind of went about it, and that's why my closing percentage last year wasn't extremely high, but the quality of clients I closed was super high, was because on the calls, I was like brutally realistic. Whereas nowadays, when I jump on an email marketing sales call, I'm speaking with absolute certainty, just because I know my ability to deliver results for my clients. And I know for a fact that the systems I created works insanely well. So I don't need to be uncertain anymore, right? But that's because I have so much data backing my reality that I can be like, hey, let's do this. It's gonna fucking work, right? So to be less uncertain about yourself, you really just gotta gain new data points in your life. Now you might be thinking like, oh Boyan, but when I first start, I feel so, this fear is almost like paralyzing. But what you're gonna find is over time, as your life scales, as your business scales, as you grow as a character, you're gonna realize that this uncertainty really doesn't go away, because every time you try to break into a new paradigm, try to grow to the next level, there's gonna be a degree of uncertainty. So for example, right now I'm very, very easily for 6 figures, right? Let's just say I'm quite easily 6 figures. But to grow to 7 figures, so doing six figures a month, that's where I become uncertain. You see what I mean? So the uncertainty never goes away. So the solution to it realistically is just to make peace with it and just carry on. Uncertainty, when you feel uncertain, is actually a good sign, because it's a sign of growth. It means you're trying to enter a realm of being, of reality, I guess, that's completely new to you. Because if you stayed around you where you're super certain, you're super, everything around you is really predictable and you're super certain about everything, most likely is you're not changing as a person, so you're not growing, right? And once I understood why I was so uncertain, I actually started to view certainty from the lens of, hey, it's actually a good thing, it's part of the process. And I felt a lot better. The only way to increase your certainty is to acquire data through action taking. So what's my advice to you for those of you that are feeling super fearful and super uncertain? Well, just go execute on what you think is right, and over time your actions would compile, and it's gonna compound into something quite big for you. Because the thing is, if you do something enough times or try to go in a direction enough times and take enough baby steps, you're gonna get a grasp of how things work. And once you have multiple wins under your belt, you'll feel a lot more certain. And now for a quick message from the sponsor of this video, me, right? So over the past few months, I have been building the best email marketing course out there, right? So this teaches you how to handle your email marketing in-house for brands, and also how to fulfill this as a service for agency owners. Yeah, it's literally I'm so excited to release this to you guys, just because I've been working very, very hard on it, and I know it's gonna be mwah. So it's in the pre-launch phases. I haven't quite launched it yet, but everything is kind of ready. If you are interested, sign up to the mailing list below, where you're gonna get access to free content, free trainings, and bonus materials when it comes to email marketing from a strategy and tactics perspective. Everything is super implementable. It's in the form of a welcome series. So if you sign up to the newsletter down below, you're gonna get that. And when the program releases, guess what? You're gonna get a discount code exclusive to you, early bird prices. So sign up to the list. It's free money, it's free skills, it's free knowledge, it's free value, right? And I'll see you guys in the next videos. Thank you so much for watching.